Hello, my friends. I'm out on my back porch, and this is really kind of a first check-in on I'm going to call it the Worm Sweet Worms little home here. And it was 2 weeks ago that I put both the Cocoon Nursery and the Juvenile Nursery in here, and I think we got, some of those worms were like that big, quarter of an inch, and came up with, I think there were 500 or 600, was 650, I believe, was our kind of rounded out count. And anyway, wanted to check in on them and see what we've got. The nylon, that little nylon material that I used, it was a mesh, seems to be working really well. Anyway, here's the coffee filters are on top, and let's see what we got here. Oh, hello, boys and girls. Oh, a little moldy down there, doesn't it? Not sure that's a good thing. Alright. Maybe a little too wet, or maybe because it's been 2 weeks. I'm trying to think of what we gave them. Oh yeah, there's a lot of nice worms in there. Let's see if we've got a little fork of sorts. Maybe with my little fork. This was the one that we put up on a little piece of cardboard. Remember the cardboard's down below? That's more, oh, that's part of the cardboard must be coming up. Wow, it's really, didn't give them much in the way of food. That's nice worms. Like I said, I started out with, when I say 600, they were ever so tiny, and also I switched to brown cardboard, just the corrugated cardboard. I don't want to go the whole way down to the bottom and rip up that bottom piece. For those of you who might remember, I actually put a sheet of cardboard down about that far, and then I had 2 little strips of cardboard crisscrossed so that it would keep the cardboard, raised up above. Like I'll show you on the outside. This was probably about up to here, and I think just from being wet for 2 weeks, the whole thing has just sunk down and is starting to deteriorate. Let's start at this end and see what we see. There's strawberry top. Oh, I know what it was. We put in some cornmeal, so that's not mold. It's cornmeal. They both look alike, though, don't they? Probably not if you were having a nice hot grits meal. But you see anything else? Yeah, that cardboard doesn't even feel like it's even there anymore. Unless it's just really down at the bottom. Huh. Where are you guys? We saw ones. Oh, there's some. Alright, we're just going to kind of pile through here. I wanted to get some air to them, make sure that they're doing, oh, now I feel the cardboard down below. Sorry. But there's some see some gnats. Little creepies in here. Yeah, you can see that cornmeal kind of, again, it really does clump up. It doesn't seem like it really wants to be eaten. It looks almost like an adult, doesn't it? Oops, can you see that? Kind of exciting when you think that you have nothing, and then you start to see them, and you see them multiply, and you see them go from like the little 1/4 inch characters to 1/2 inch to 1 inch, to then you see them with their little collar, their little patella. And also, every time I bring this out, well, this is only the first time, but when I start to bring different ones out, I think, wow, that used to be much lighter. And look at this, in just 2 weeks, they've taken this cardboard. It's really starting to break down. And that was a solid, thick, corrugated piece. You can see all the worms that have gotten through that. When I carried this out, it felt like it was probably about 4 pounds. And I have an interesting story to tell you guys. And it was on TV, and they were talking about the fact that, just had a couple from that I found, and I thought I'd just stick those in there. They were talking about the price with the Ukraine war, that they were talking about the price of fertilizer going up. And of course, this is chemical fertilizer. And a gentleman had, I think it was 500 acres of, he was planting, it was corn, wheat, something, one of the staples. And he normally spent $17,000 on his fertilizer for these 500 acres. Well, fertilizer, because of the oil prices, has gone up 96% in the last couple weeks. And, or as prices have gone higher, I'm not exactly sure if it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. But he said it's going to cost him $34,000, did I say 100? $34,000 to fertilize less than he was doing than the 500 acres. And he said basically that he was going to go ahead and do it, but that he was going to end up losing money in the process, all the effort and everything to do this. So what a great time to do your own, because I'm sure if you go to any of the big box stores, you're going to find that it is going to cost you more to fertilize your plants if you're doing it with chemicals. Now, this is a combination of coffee grounds and eggshells that have been pulverized, and I thought I would just put the two together and sprinkle that on top. And since cornmeal didn't really go last time, I don't think I'm going to add any more. But what I did want to show you was we had shrimp a couple days ago, and so we shelled the shrimp, and then we had something else that was in the oven, and so or something that went in the oven, and so while the oven was turned on, those shrimp shells, I put those in a pie pan and let them just bake a little, and then once they were dry, I just put those in my coffee grinder, and you can see how they've pulverized, and they add chitin to your soil, which is a very good thing. So if that's a good thing, I think feeding this little group to the worms will be a good thing also. So let's see if they like that. Now this has been 2 weeks. I was kind of surprised that it was this long, and that it didn't feel real dry, but I think I'm just going to add just a little bit of wet it down. So let's give ourselves a little covering here. I still have this in my house, remember, so I like to keep things neat and clean. And then this lid goes back on it. I think they're getting plenty of air with these holes at the top, and then two 2-inch holes on each side. So that'll be it for today. We'll come back in another couple weeks and see if all of the shrimp and egg and coffee grounds and everything else has disappeared. So it's a lovely day in Florida. We're hoping to get some rain this afternoon. If we do, I'm hoping that my rain rocks, that I have 40-gallon rain rocks, fill up so that I have plenty of water for my worms and for my plants that I keep. Garden what you've got, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you'll subscribe and ring the bell. Take care, everyone. Come back and see me soon. Bye-bye.